8.1.
This is Todd Robertson, editorial writer of the Dallas Morning News, 1981 graduate of Texas Tech, and this is 88.1 The Raider.
Good morning, Texas Tech. Hello, happy Friday to you all. Friday, March 10th, 2017, and welcome to yet another crazy, fun-filled Good Fella Friday episode. Crazy. How's everyone feeling this morning?
Feeling great.
Delightful. I'm feeling ready, man.
Happy to be here.
Happy to be here as well. Couldn't agree more. I'm Brian Jimenez, by the way. I will be your host for this morning. Sorry, forgot how to talk there for a moment. It happens.
It happens.
I got my coffee. It's all good.
Basically spring break, so you're good.
I know. It's on the mind. But before we continue with our spring break plans, Koke.
Hi.
How are we looking for music? You got some good stuff coming up for music?
I have some fantastic stuff coming up.
What about for sports? Brandon, how are we looking for sports?
Lots to talk about. We're going to get into that pretty quick, and I know me and Andrew are super excited.
Absolutely. Going to be in the sports discussion talking somewhere Tony Romo might be headed.
Ooh, can't wait for that.
He went to Twitter yesterday and talked about how he wants to thank Cowboy Nation for 14 great years, so we're going to discuss it. It's going to be great.
Really unorthodox draft, to say the least, on our hands. And, of course, DG, Mr. Derek Ginter himself, filling in for Haley because she decided to take an early spring break. So, Derek Ginter going to take over for news and weather. DG, how's it hanging?
Got it all ready today.
Awesome. What's on the news today, Mr. Ginter?
Well, let's take a look. I'm DG with your KTXT News Update, filling in for Haley Updegrove, who's already on spring break. Wouldn't we all already like to be on spring break? EPA Administrator Scott Pruitt is telling international energy leaders in Houston that he will undo U.S. policies aimed at curtailing climate change. Pruitt yesterday told the CERAWeek Energy Conference that he doesn't believe man-made carbon emissions contribute significantly to global warming. Pruitt's views run contrary to some of the world's largest oil and gas companies, who admit that there could be catastrophic consequences to the unchecked burning of fossil fuels. As the full state Senate prepares to vote on the so-called bathroom bill, tempers are flaring in San Antonio. At last night's town hall meeting on Senate Bill 6, a large group exited the meeting chanting, "Trans rights are human rights." WOAI-TV is reporting that the meeting ended for everyone when the fire alarm went off at the Tobin Center for the Performing Arts. Senate Bill 6 would require that transgender citizens use public restrooms that correspond to the gender listed on their birth certificates. The owner of Fort Worth-based Radio Shack has now filed bankruptcy for the second time in 2 years. Rumored earlier this week, the Chapter 11 paperwork has now been filed with a federal bankruptcy court in New Jersey. Parent company General Wireless says it plans to close nearly 200 Radio Shack stores. No word on if any of the Lubbock locations will be affected. And a man who fell ill on a Southwest Airlines flight from Atlanta to Houston is thankful there was a doctor on board. In fact, officials say there were 24 doctors aboard the flight, all of them returning from a medical conference in Georgia. KPRC-TV reports that 5 of the doctors assisted the passenger who was on the verge of losing consciousness. They stabilized the man as the Boeing 737 made an emergency landing. Don't forget, in addition to spring break this week and St. Patrick's Day celebrations and festivities, we also have a time change coming up this weekend. Don't forget to spring forward 1 hour. Officially, the time change will occur at 2 a.m. Sunday morning. Also, don't forget to check your fire detectors and smoke alarms while you're at it, changing all those clocks. Partly sunny skies today, highs in the upper 50s with east winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. Mostly cloudy tonight, lows around 50. Southerly winds 5 to 10 miles per hour expected after midnight. And partly sunny and warmer, a slight chance of thunderstorms Saturday. Highs around 70 degrees expected. Currently in Lubbock, mostly cloudy and breezy, 49 degrees. Wind is from the northeast at 24 miles per hour, creating a wind chill of 42 degrees. Now back to Goodfellas Friday here on Good Morning Texas Tech on the Raider, 88.1.
Thank you, Mr. Ginter, for that news and weather update. Fellas, how we digging the weather? Liking it? No?
I'm excited that it's calm. It's a little windy right now, but today it looks like it's gonna be really good. It looks like it's gonna be like mid-50s.
It could be worse.
Today's gonna be probably like mid-50s or low 50s with it's a little sunny, so it looks pretty nice.
This is my perfect weather. If it's around like 58 to 62 degrees, little breeze, it's my perfect weather right there.
It was
Not
really
too
nice
hot, not too
yesterday.
cold.
little breeze.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
breeze.
Wear some jeans and a t-shirt, like
There we
it's
go.
perfect.
I wholeheartedly agree. It just feels nice. Finally feels kind of like spring. I know we have weird weather here in Lubbock. We've had some dust issues, but for the most part, it's starting to feel kind of like spring for real. So.
Also, you're rocking that beanie, boy. Let me tell you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I came prepared, thinking it was going to be a little more chilly, but nonetheless, threw on a beanie.
This guy.
Let's see that hat hair.
Let's not do that. I don't think the world is ready for my bad bedhead. But, so, thank you, DG, for reminding us about the time change, because I completely forgot about that.
Can we talk about something real? Let's talk about Radio Shack.
Okay. Transition
Is that
into
real?
Radio Shack. Okay, what are your thoughts on this Radio Shack
I think
deal?
it's horrible and it's so sad.
Yes.
And I believe that Radio Shack should be able to compete with not Blockbuster. Sorry,
that was way out of business.
Blockbuster's been dead for a while
Best
now.
Buy. They have the same color scheme. Come on, I can't help it. But yeah, I grew up with Radio Shack, man. I went down the street.
It's too small of a store.
Yeah, that's kind of the issue. It's always
It's like the Walgreens of Best Buy.
Their batteries are always overrated too.
If Best Buy is Walmart, Radio Shack is Walgreens. Like, it's just too small. It's also too expensive. I don't know. I mean, I get it why they're having the closer
Y'all are
stores.
probably old enough to remember this. Remind me, wasn't there a Super Bowl commercial a couple of years ago with Radio Shack, and it was the 80s called They Want Their Radio Shack Back?
Oh,
Yes.
no.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
Famous
I think I
80s
remember that one you're
figures
talking about.
I remember
taking
that
the
one.
store out. You remember that one?
Yeah,
Yes, I actually do remember that.
that's so sad.
It's weird. Yeah, I've never been too fond of Radio Shack, I guess.
I don't
never
think
been
I've
a
ever bought
fan.
anything from it.
Yeah, like...
I definitely have bought when I was a kid, of course. When it was like, or maybe not a kid, maybe I was like 13 because I was still kind of weird.
You're still good.
I bought one of those crazy, huge, like big muscle cars that were like remote control.
Oh,
Because those were always cool. Radio Shack had those like on.
Oh, the
stock
cool, like,
all the
remote
time.
control cars?
Yeah.
Okay, those are pretty cool.
If I've bought anything from Radio Shack, I think it was those CDs that you can make, like, your mixtapes.
Oh
and stuff
yeah,
on,
I see.
you know,
You're
yeah.
giving CDs to all the
Wait,
chicks back in
all
high
the
school,
chicks at Hebron High School
making
Class of 08.
Sugar Ray mixtapes.
Yeah, that was me.
Heads, look out, ladies and gentlemen. Andrew Marks coming in with the
On the
hottest
prowl.
mixtape.
Angels and Airwaves, Taking Back Sunday, all that.
Oh, man, I need to go ahead and give that a listen for sure. But, I mean, I don't know. I was never a Radio Shack guy. I don't think I've actually ever bought anything from Radio Shack. So
I
this
doubt it.
this story doesn't emotionally
part of the
affect
reason
me.
why they had to declare bankruptcy twice in the
Yeah.
last 2 years.
Because, I mean, they don't have anything that Best Buy doesn't already have. Best Buy just has more
it's,
money.
It's not a matter of Best Buy. It's they're competing against all these online retailers who do it
Of
far
course,
better,
yep.
far quicker, and far cheaper.
Oh, the internet.
I declare bankruptcy.
What a bunch
It
of
doesn't
nerds.
work that way.
You can't just declare bankruptcy.
Doesn't quite work that way. So, lucky for this guy on that flight who obviously fell ill, but there were, 24, I believe you said, DG? 24 other doctors on
24
that plane?
doctors on the plane.
Yeah,
Jeez.
that guy is sure lucky to be alive.
It could have gone so much worse, where like all the doctors like, no, I know exactly what to do. He's like, no, I
Like,
know
they
what
have
to do.
disagreements, like,
and
no,
then,
no, here's
and the
what we
guy
should
just
do.
the guy just like passes out and.
Let's
Let's be real here. It was probably only about 20 doctors and like 4 dentists. It's kind of like that thing in Hangover where they say, like, you're just a dentist.
Well, I mean, what if he had, like, super bad, deadly gingivitis,
That's true.
Not so funny now, is it,
Not
Mark?
so
It is-
funny,
it is-
Mark.
it is funny.
Oh, well,
Emergency root canal.
emergency root canal right there on the plane. I don't think anyone would voluntarily go through a root canal.
But yeah, that guy's
If it was
super
an
lucky, though.
emergency.
But, I mean, like, just generally speaking,
If it was a life and death situation where a root canal saves your life, you would take
Like,
that
you know
root
what,
canal.
just let the root canal do his
With
thing.
no Novocaine, man, that'd be rough.
Life or death.
Life
Yeah.
or death. So obviously this bathroom bill gaining a whole lot of controversy.
Sure.
Nonetheless, I'm just wondering how it's going to play out. Your thoughts on that, gentlemen?
Brandon?
I don't think it should be as big as a problem as it is. I see where both sides are coming from. I'd hope it leads into a more positive direction, where people are free to choose, I guess, their sides respectively, but also come together to at least some kind of conclusion where both parties can be a little happy with the outcome. So hopefully that gets planned out. But I mean, this has been in the news for so long. So hopefully we come to a conclusion pretty soon.
Yeah, I'll just echo that. I hope they can resolve it, because I believe in equal rights and people should be able to do what they want. Mind your business.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. The argument for it is just ridiculous. It's not backed by anything, in my opinion, where they're saying, like, anyone can walk into a bathroom and do anything. That's not stopping people from right now. People just don't do it. I mean, they do, but they get in trouble, obviously. I'm just saying that's not a real reason. And honestly, this shouldn't be a real issue. Why is this?
Yeah, I mean, we have plenty of other issues that need more concern and more attention.
Yeah, I spend very little time in the bathroom, most likely more time in my own bathroom at home. I don't see anyone that I know going into my own bathroom at home. So if that's going to stay the way it is, then I feel like this needs to be, something that we don't need to be talking about so severely.
I think regardless of politics, I think we can all agree generally public bathrooms are pretty gross.
Yes.
So I always try to avoid them regardless. They're just gross. People don't flush.
I don't even want to talk to
They're
people.
making messes.
In bathrooms.
People don't wash their hands. That's
don't
always
make
a
eye
big no-no.
contact either. So like,
yeah,
I don't know. Just
it's
people need to find something better to do. We got like healthcare issues and things like that. I mean, quit worrying about bathroom bills. I don't know. I'm just tired of hearing about it, and I think everybody should just have the opportunity to use the bathroom where they want to use the bathroom, wherever they identify with. Who cares?
I feel you there. Well, this has been a very interesting discussion. Let's go ahead and go into our first song. This one has an interesting title, but it's a good one nonetheless. Here is Ladies Don't Play Guitar by Tennis. A little bit sexist, but I'm sure it's a great song. Don't go anywhere. Goodfella Friday. Facebook, keep on watching. Don't go anywhere. GMTT.
Oh, dude, you're just
Hello.
no. Okay.
How's it hanging there, Facebook? Let's go ahead and check in on some of the comments and what people are saying. Scott Hillwire, I'm sorry if I butchered your last name, I apologize. She said, "Why are y'all awake right now?" Well, to do this show.
Well,
not to be a smart aleck, but yeah, that's kind of the reasoning.
Not out of choice.
Otherwise, I would totally be sleeping in. So,
Just
interesting
business.
question. Carla Reyes Medina says, "Good morning, KTXT Familia." Good morning to you, Miss Medina.
We're going to be seeing her later today, right?
Yeah, she's coming in. Shout out to my mom.
Hanging out with Mama Medina.
Brian and I will be at the game with her and Brandon.
Yeah, my cousins are coming in. My stepdad's coming in. It should be a fun time. We're gonna go to Fuzzy's after.
What game?
So it's gonna be a fun
Baseball,
one.
Tech
UTSA versus Tech. So we'll find out about that in the sports update too. We'll get into it, man. It's gonna be a fun one. And then Fuzzy's is gonna be definitely fun with us. So
We'll see about Fuzzies, but I'm definitely going to be at the game.
gonna be a fun time.
I'm planning to leave, tomorrow morning. So is Brian. So
Same. So I might skip out on the Fuzzies part because I got to get my beauty rest.
yeah.
Because I desperately need it right now.
Doesn't look like it's working.
Yeah, wake up ugly again.
Oh, well, okay. You guys are just definitely reassuring of my feelings. So that's good. She also says you didn't ever buy anything, Brandon. Me or your dad bought it.
Those are
Dang,
facts.
your
Those
mom's
are facts.
throwing shade,
Those are
man.
facts, though. Those are definitely facts.
I think she should have been the best shade thrower, not me on the radio awards.
Honestly, though, if she worked her, definite shoo-in, for sure. I mean, the whole teddy bear thing with Brandon the other week, that was good
Okay, it's
stuff.
Huggy Bear. First
Okay.
things first.
I'm sorry if
so I
I...
appreciate if you could get it right.
So
I
your Huggy
mispronounced
Bear
it, I'm sorry.
pumpkin.
It's Huggy Bear and Pumpkin. My mom calls me, my family calls me Pumpkin. Huggy Bear stopped after like 10, 11, and then Pumpkin has just taken.
My nickname in my
full swing.
family is Drew Bear, so
Yeah, that's pretty cool though.
No, it is.
My nickname with my family is Son. Hey,
Son.
you,
Your name's like
son.
Ugly.
No, I'm
and you're
just
like,
kidding.
Might as
My
well
parents
be
always call me
walking on
Poppy, so
That's not true.
That's true. Why would I lie about
Let's
that?
take it back. We got sports coming up next.
All right. Well, we got some sports stuff coming up on the way. Lots of trade and drafting discussions. So it's going to be an interesting one. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere, and let us know your thoughts on the current NFL trade situation.
In the wise words of Brian Jimenez, welcome back to Good Morning Texas Tech. This is your sports update. In the NBA, Russell Westbrook has got his 31st triple-double against the mighty San Antonio Spurs in OKC's win of 102-92, with Westbrook getting 23 points, 13 assists, and 13 rebounds. We'll talk MVP discussion later on. In the NFL, we have seen the craziness the NFL offseason has brought, as we have Texans quarterback Brock Osweiler traded to the Browns, Brandon Marshall joins Brian's Giants, Chi-Town's own Jay Cutler has been cut, and Andrew Mark's best friend Tony Romo is on his way out. Finally, to end the sports update, we have some more Texas Tech news as well as huge Big 12 news. Texas Tech slipped up once again against Texas in the Big 12 tournament. TCU, the Horned Frogs, coming out clutch, beat the Kansas Jayhawks 85-82, and UTSA is taking on Tech baseball today at 6:30. Guys, lots to discuss. Let's get right into it.
All right. So welcome back to Good Morning Texas Tech. I'm Andrew Marks, along with my bros here in the studio at KTXT, the Raider 88.1. We are talking sports, guys.
Lots of it.
Let's start with just NFL free agency. I think we could use a big of our chunk here in the sports segment on NFL free agency.
Yes.
What has been something that has been a surprise to you so far? Obviously for you, Brandon Marshall joining your Giants, how do you think that impacts your offense? And were you surprised that you got him over teams like the Patriots?
I honestly am surprised. I mean, you mentioned the Patriots. It looks like that's where he was going, which would have made the Patriots even more dangerous. Brandon Marshall and Tom Brady, that's kind of a dangerous combo. I don't like the sound of it, but now he's part of the Giants. Honestly, I knew it was a possibility, but the fact that he's now officially part of the Giants, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to what it's going to do for the Giants offense. I don't know if it's going to make a huge difference because I know...
I mean, it's going to allow Odell Beckham not to get double-teamed.
Exactly.
I don't know. Then allow Sterling Shepard.
And Sterling Shepard's going to slide into the slot now that Victor Cruz is no longer taking that position. So
it looks nice.
It looks nice. And as for me, what I'm surprised with, obviously other than my Cowboys losing practically everybody that was a unrestricted free agent on defense, the team I'm surprised with, guys, who's made a huge impact in free agency is the Jacksonville Jaguars. Went out and got the best pass rusher on the market in Calais Campbell from the Arizona Cardinals, signed him to a $60 million contract. They take Barry Church away from me and Andy's Dallas Cowboys. And then they also signed from the Texans A.J. Boye, their top cornerback. So their defense is looking salty next year for the Jacksonville Jaguars. If they could just focus on offense in the draft, the Jaguars could be a playoff team next year. Brandon, what has been a surprise for you in free agency?
I am super surprised the Browns have come out gunslinging, taking Brock Osweiler from the Texans. But I'm even more surprised that the Texans were forced to give away a second-round pick.
That's what you got to do when you give out stupid contracts like that. I mean,
and then in return, the Texans only got a fourth-round pick, which obviously I think could have been a little bit more, but still, I mean, the fourth round pick, especially for the Browns.
And the Browns are not going to keep him. They said they're going to either trade him again or cut him.
Or cut him, which is super smart on the Browns' part, just to get that second round pick some way, somehow. Yeah. So I'm really proud of the Browns so far in this free agency.
Andy, you got anything to add on free agency? Anything you've that's caught your eye?
Particularly, no. I mean, it's a shame that our defense is being dismantled the way it is, especially because it was pretty bare bones when we went into the off season, or not off season, but the playoffs. But hopefully it turns out well. We make some smart moves.
Well, that's what it's been so surprising to me that we didn't keep guys like Barry Church is because the Cowboys have never had salary cap space because Jerry always overpays his players because he has personal feelings. He likes them. He loves his players, so he always overpays and we never have salary cap space. This year the Cowboys actually do have cap space. Not too much, but quite a bit, like around $20 million or so. And they have not spent a dime of it, really.
I mean, hopefully that's attractive enough, knowing that where our offense is going, and then also the salary cap space, that people will start flocking over us. I mean, free agency just started, so I still have hope.
Yeah, and well, that's a good transition here. I mean, we don't have too long left here on the segment, but Tony Romo, he's hasn't been released yet. The Cowboys would now like to trade him, like Brandon said in the sports update. Where do we think he's going to end up? Obviously, it's either going to be Houston or Denver.
Keep him in Texas.
I think the best system for him, just based on the way the offense is organized, probably the best fit would be the Broncos. Most likely, though, the way it's looking, it looks like he's going to be a Texan.
Yeah. See, I don't know. Like the Broncos went out and they addressed their offensive line. They signed Ronald Leary from the Cowboys, so that makes me think that Romo might be falling to be with the Broncos. He also is a huge fan of John Elway, but the Texans is super attractive as well. I mean, that team is ready to win a Super Bowl
J.J. Watt
if they have a quarterback. They do not have a quarterback, and Romo could be that missing piece.
Well, and here's my thing, Andrew. I completely agree with what you're saying with the Denver helping out their line to make sure they can open up for another quarterback. But Trevor Siemian, they're already talking about trading him for some kind of pick, if not moving him to the starter position. And then also, when you're trading away your starting quarterback and Brock Osweiler, you're looking for something kind of a move.
Sure.
So hopefully, maybe there's a two-sided.
Because Tom Savage isn't going to start there next year.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll see what happens.
All right, interesting discussion for all you listeners and viewers on Facebook. Let us know your thoughts. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Why and why not? We'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Let's go into another quick music break. Here is J-Som, the Bus Song. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Goodfella Friday on the way. Hello, Facebook. Thank you for tuning in. If you're just now joining us, and if you've been sticking with the show since the beginning, thank you even more. Let's see if we have any more
My
comments.
mom has discovered that we are on air, so she has commented a couple of times.
Oh,
Yes.
nice.
She says, is she saying bonjour?
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno, okay. So
Yeah,
that
because
just
she
shows how
corrected herself.
cultured I am.
She says, let's try again, and then she corrected herself.
Okay, I was a little bit confused, so I was like, okay.
She says, I
talking to
cannot
someone
type
else.
to save my life this morning. Huh.
Happens to the best of us. I can't even talk this morning, and we're doing a show on air, so that just shows how my Friday morning's going. So, no worries there.
So what's coming up?
Koke, what's a little sneak preview?
We got a little back and forth with South by Southwest. They finally responded to the people or the artist's plea when they signed an open letter. And then also we have Fleet Foxes coming back after 6 years, putting out their first song. And now we're going to talk about George Michael's death and what the coroner discovered.
Should be an interesting discussion nonetheless. I'm excited to get into it.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is commenting on Facebook? I think our own Austin Adams comments, show me what you got.
Show me what you got.
I'm pretty sure he's making that Rick and Morty reference, so I will do my best to show you what I have.
Can I ask a question? Why does that man never do Good Morning Texas Tech? I mean, he's a good fella, I guess. He should be here.
He's a good fella, I guess.
I mean, he's a good fella, but I guess he's not a morning person.
I would like him to do like the guitar part for the sports.
That's true. Actually, Gypsy Cap did play last night from 10:30 to 2. So
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised the man is even still up.
I think he's.
It is a little
leaving
bit
today or
surprising.
something. I'm leaving today also.
Yeah.
Isn't he leaving as well?
Yeah.
I'll be leaving tomorrow morning.
We're gonna see each other at the New York airport when I just land and when he's about to leave. So we're gonna like meet in the middle.
I'll just see him in Austin, and we'll figure out stuff there.
For sure. Well, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and transition over. We got music news with Andy Koke on the way, so
That's me.
stay tuned for that. Discussion's going to be an interesting one, and we will be right back. Goodfella Friday.
Hi, hello, good morning. My name is Andy Koke, and here's your weekly music news update. Following last week's debate over artist contracts with South by Southwest, the Austin Festival has announced that they will change the language of the artist contracts for 2018 and beyond, removing anything to do with the artist's viability to perform at an official showcase. South by Southwest stated that in this political climate, especially as it releases to immigration, we recognize the heightened importance of standing together against injustice. The festival also wanted to reinforce that South by Southwest has not, does not, and will not disclose any artist immigration status except when the law requires it. South by Southwest does not have the power to deport anybody. Since then, South by Southwest has issued an apology in their concluding statements. After 6 years of waiting, the Fleet Foxes are finally back, so all hipsters may now rejoice. Legendary indie folk pioneers released their first song the 3rd of May, Odia Gahara, off of their long-awaited junior album, Crack Up. So this is a single off that album. And the nearly 9-minute track has classic delights of Fleet Foxes. It was released on YouTube, and the visuals for the song was actually done by frontrunner Robin Pecknell's brother, Sean Pecknell. So that's a really cool fact right there. The album release has yet to be announced. Finally, we know the cause of legendary pop vocalist's death. The BBC reported that George Michael's death on Christmas Day last year was caused by natural causes. The coroner's office said, as there is a confirmed natural cause being a dilated cardiomyopathy, I'm sorry if I butchered that, with myocarditis and a fatty liver, which basically an enlarged heart. The investigation since then has been disclosed, and this is very reassuring to myself and to many other people because 2016 was riddled with celebrity deaths caused by a result of years of drug use, and for me, it's a little reassuring to know that this wasn't the direct cause for drug use in the case of George Michael. So let's go back to GMTT and start some discussion.
Yeah, I agree with your statement there. I mean, obviously, when it comes to any type of rock star, pop star,
idol,
hip-hop star,
really?
Any idol, I mean, drugs are just always, well, not always, but oftentimes it's a big factor, I guess, when you just have that lifestyle, you think you're invincible, you get into weird situations and drugs.
When a rock star dies, the first thing is, obviously drugs. Like, that's the first thing that comes to our mind, so it's good that it's kind of cleared George Michael's name.
I mean, he's had a very iffy past.
Yeah, I know.
Especially with Prince dying from drug overdose, and then also Carrie Fisher and David Bowie also relating to cocaine use. It's not only it's sad that they were gone. All of them were gone in the same year. It's just that the way that they left, and it should really raise concern about drug use in America. So I believe it's something that needs to be addressed. But it's nice to know that George Michael
didn't fall into that category.
Didn't fall into that, yeah.
Absolutely. So on a more positive spin, so Fleet Foxes making their grand return.
Oh my gosh,
Your
man.
thoughts on that?
Hey, Koke, what was the name of that song again?
3rd of May, Odia Gahara.
Odia Gahara.
Yeah,
I don't know what that means, but I like the sound.
But I don't know
it.
what that part is, but I do know the 3rd of May actually commemorates the release of their last album, Helplessness Blues, which was released 6 years ago.
Oh, so this is very artistic.
This is like more. This song's more about like friendship with band members.
Kind of like us a little
Absolutely
bit, right?
not.
Not at all.
Take me out of
actually.
that equation.
We're not friends, remember?
That's
This is
disappointing.
business.
Just business partners. It's better than nothing. To each their own.
I'm really excited. Robin Pecknell, the lead singer, he went to NYU for the past 6 years to get his degree, and then also everyone else in the band went off and did solo things. The most notable one would be Father John Misty, Josh Tillman. He's having some major commercial success with his band, so it's really nice to see that. I would love to see him come back, but he's pretty up there in stardom right now.
I completely forgot Father John Misty was a part of that.
He was the drummer.
Oh,
Yeah.
fun fact for you all. So, let's talk about this South by thing a little bit. It's
That's
good to
good.
know that this situation has kind of simmered down, because I know it was
They
super
apologized.
controversial. Yeah.
I mean, it's weird. It's weird that this even came up in the beginning. Apparently, it's been in the clause for a while, but until like one artist now actually read the agreement and posted it on Twitter, like that's when it sparked the debate. And it's just been in there, but they weren't really going to act on it. And it's more so just they say that they've never done it and they will never do it unless like the law requires it. They understand like the implications of this still being there right now, especially in the political climate currently.
Yeah.
So,
but the fact that
they're trying to accommodate
it up in the first place was odd.
It's very odd, yes. But you know, they will change it next year, and they will not do anything to act on it as they'd stated, unless they have to, unless the law requires them to. They have no power to deport anybody. So
yeah. Well, good to know for all you music festival lovers, and of course more than just music. I mean, South by's got
I get fatigued.
Everything under the sun.
I get fatigued with all this political stuff when it comes to music festivals. It shouldn't even be a thing. Music festivals need to be all about the arts and just free of speech. Obviously,
get us away from all the political stuff.
Exactly. It's just an escape, and that's what people want to do. Artists just want to go to these venues to meet other artists, have a great time, so we shouldn't have to worry about being deported.
Yeah. Couldn't agree more. Well, thank you for that news update right
You're
there,
welcome.
Koke. Interesting discussion nonetheless. Before we go into our next music break, first, half-hour news and weather update from DG.
Thanks. I'm DG with your half-hour KTXT news update, filling in for Haley Updegrove, who is already on spring break. The final issue of Dallas Cowboys Star magazine is in circulation. The publication, formerly known as Dallas Cowboys Weekly, is coming to an end after 42 years. The magazine was once considered the go-to source for interviews and profiles of the team's players, coaches, and personnel. The first issue debuted on July 19th, 1975. A Carrollton teacher is up on charges that he videotaped girls changing clothes at R.L. Turner High School. George Thomas is accused of a felony known as invasive visual recording. Carrollton police have identified 6 victims recorded in various stages of undress. The chief technology officer of Facebook-owned Oculus is suing a former employer for $23 million. Dallas video game developer John Carmack says his old company, Maryland-based ZeniMax Media, is upset over the deals that eventually sent the Oculus technology to Mark Zuckerberg. In a federal lawsuit, Carmack claims that sour grapes is not an affirmative defense to breach of contract. He wants ZeniMax to pay him the money he says it owes him for the sale of the video game studio he founded in Richardson back in 1991. Plano-based JCPenney may be closing dozens of stores nationwide, but it's also adding merchandise and services to the stores that will remain open. CEO Marvin Ellison tells CNBC that it will partner with Trane to offer heating and air conditioning systems. Ellison says making his stores more productive also means bringing in services like bathroom remodeling. In addition, Penny's will sell more hard goods than it has in the past. Once again, don't forget to spring forward an hour over the weekend with our annual, our biannual time change. You spring forward 1 hour officially at 2 o'clock Sunday morning, but you can probably do that before you go to bed Saturday night. Don't forget to check your smoke alarms and fire detectors while you're resetting clocks there at the homestead. Partly sunny today, highs in the upper 50s with east winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. Mostly cloudy tonight, lows around 50 degrees with southerly winds 5 to 10 miles per hour after midnight. And partly sunny and warmer tomorrow, a 20% chance of thunderstorms Saturday, highs around 70 expected. Currently in Lubbock, mostly cloudy and breezy, 49 degrees. Wind is from the northeast at 24 miles per hour. That's creating a wind chill of 42 degrees. Coming up next here on Good Morning Texas Tech, Bird by Imaginary Tricks, right here on the Raider, 88.1.
Hello, Facebook. Thank you once again for joining us on the program today. Jules Rodriguez says, "Preach. I'm not sure what for.
I feel like she was talking about whatever I was talking
Are
about.
you sure it was what
Thanks,
you were talking
Jules.
It was probably about the South by Southwest thing.
That would have to be my guess. Well, thank you for tuning in.
Jules, if you want to
Appreciate
clarify, please do.
that. Yes.
Jules was definitely talking about. That's my cousin coming into town. She was talking about Andy's point about music festivals, I believe.
Word.
Way to go, Koke. You made a point.
That's me.
First time he's ever made a point.
What?
Okay, it's like more like the second or third.
Yeah.
For being fair.
Maybe
Well,
4.
Yeah. We won't stretch
pushing
past that.
Yeah, that's like 4 dating back to like
I
20,
contribute
2015.
to this show just as much as you guys do.
Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves, shall we? Next up, we have an interesting game nonetheless. Belated celebration of International Women's Day.
Wow.
With a little twist, because
Ooh.
I'm weird like that. So I don't know if you
You
guys
are
are
weird.
ready.
You got
You're
some good
probably not
questions
weird.
for us?
I got some super hard trivia that a lot of you might actually get wrong or right. You know, who knows? Maybe you'll prove me wrong, but it's going to be fun. We're going to do it like we did last time. We're going to go around, ask
Pushing
y'all
each other.
question at a time. We're not going to push each other. We're going to
It's multiple
keep it
choice,
civil.
right?
It's multiple choice.
All right, good.
Yeah, I won't give any open-ended questions. I'm not that.
It's fill in the blank. Come on.
Yeah.
Just be sure to fill in your R number and the day,
Your R number.
the course number, all that good stuff.
Dr. Echo didn't make this test, right?
Section number.
He did not.
I cannot
There's
disclose
a,
that information.
there's a matching section.
Hey guys, real quick. I
Yes.
don't know what's up with this, but an hour ago, Jimmy Garoppolo from the Patriots just had an Instagram post that hints at a trade.
Ooh.
No.
Might be.
Cleveland or Chicago? Has to be.
Chicago. No, that's his hometown, Chicago, right?
Yeah.
His Instagram caption said, "So grateful for my time in New England. Peace out, Boston."
Jimmy Garoppolo.
I don't know what's happening.
Probably the Patriots probably got a first-round pick for him if I had to guess.
Yeah, but who the? Oh, from the Browns.
Probably.
Ooh.
I mean, think about it. If you're like, even if you're picking like the first pick in the draft, like the Browns, like who would you rather have at the first pick? Would you rather have like
Miles.
or let's say they trade the 12th pick, which they also have. Would you rather have the 12th pick and draft someone like Deshaun Kaiser, or would you rather have Jimmy Garoppolo?
Who's already proved himself like
Yeah,
a solid quarterback.
exactly.
Couldn't agree more. We have a confirmation from Jules saying, yes, that's what I was talking about. So, yes,
That's
your
me.
South by
That's
comments
me.
resonated well with Jules. So, you won somebody over today, Koke.
Jules
I'm proud of you.
is gonna be her first time in LBK, so hoping to
The Hub City.
make sure she enjoys it.
The Hub City.
Her and my boy Josh.
You should take her to the Buddy Holly Museum.
Oh, of course, have to.
it's a must,
one of
too.
the first
We're
things
going to
we do.
Aloha Barbecue for sure. So
Aloha Barbecue. Good stuff. Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here on RN. Be
Wrap it
sure
up.
to play along at home in our next game. Let's see how these guys do, and we'll tally up the scores and see who's the smartest of the bunch.
hey.
Hey, don't go anywhere, Goodfellow Friday. Hello and good morning, Texas Tech. Welcome back to the show. Thank you for sticking with us. And if you're just now joining us, you tuned into a good segment here on Goodfellow Friday. But this next segment's actually kind of ironic, considering we don't have any women on the show today. Well, besides Jamie running the board over there.
Yeah.
But
Way to go, Haley.
way to go, Haley.
On that, Haley. Haley,
coulda asked
enjoy
her-
your break, Haley.
Enjoy your spring break, Haley. So what I have done in celebration
What
of...
have you done?
I'm going to explain. In celebration of International Women's Day, I decided to come up with a trivia game because I love trivia and I love asking people trivia more than
I
anything.
thought you were like, I love women, and I was like, all right, cool. We can go.
Yeah.
with this.
Well, I mean, yeah, but that's not the point here. The point is, I've come up with some super hard trivia, and similar to last week's segment, they're all... It's of different variety, but all pertaining to women in some way, shape, or form. And then you fellas are going to show how much you do or do not know, and we're going to tally up the scores at the end of these 10 questions. And we're going to see who is the ultimate connoisseur of women's studies
I'm a
here.
little
on
nervous.
Don't judge me, Mom, please.
I'm a little nervous.
The judgment is going to happen, and I'm so excited because I'm running the game, so I don't look bad. Isn't that great? Absolutely wonderful stuff.
Great.
So, if you guys are ready, let's proceed, shall we?
Let's do it.
Question number 1. I'm going to give this to Mr. Andy Koke.
That's me.
This one actually has to do with some mythology.
Oh,
What god in classic mythology dressed as a woman, spun wool, and performed other womanly, quote-unquote, tasks for 3 years to appease his fellow gods? Was it A, Zeus, B, Poseidon, C, Hades, or D, Hercules?
Oh dang.
Hercules.
Wait, how does this have to do with women though?
Look, I'm just trying to break the ice here, okay?
Mythology, bro.
Okay.
Don't try to change the subject.
Can you give me the? Can you
Zeus
give me
say about that life, that's for
Do
sure.
you need the answer choices one more time?
one more time?
Okay, answer choices are Zeus, Poseidon, Hades, or Hercules.
Oh jeez. Hades.
Is that your final answer?
That's gonna have to be.
Well, I'm gonna have to give you an X. That is incorrect. It's actually Hercules.
Really?
You are
Ooh, wow,
incorrect.
Hercules?
Spun
Hercules.
Apparently.
Well, look at it. I mean, of course he spun.
Disney
He was ripped.
The Disney movie
that's
definitely misled me.
That's a low-key great Disney movie.
Yeah, I didn't
Very
see that in
low-key.
the Disney
Yeah.
movie.
Michael
but
Bolton, shout out.
What?
Michael Bolton.
Little off topic there. But let's go ahead and move on, shall
We're talking about women here. Let's do it.
Okay. Brandon, are you ready for this next question?
Love Michael
no.
Bolton.
Let's see how much you know about comic books. What
Oh.
comic book heroine was created by psychologist William Moulton Marston, the inventor of the polygraph machine?
Oh.
Is it A, Wonder Woman, B, Black Widow, C, She-Hulk, or D, Gamora? Who?
Oh God.
This is so easy.
I would say, okay.
Yeah.
Andrew apparently knows this one.
I think I know this one too.
I don't know it, so I'm just gonna say Wonder Woman off my mom.
Is that your final answer?
Yes, sir.
You are correct. It
That's
is
what I'm
in fact
talking about.
Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
My question
Ooh,
better be
I like
that
that
easy.
sound
She's got the
effect.
lasso of truth,
The
guys.
lasso
right.
of truth. All right,
Shut up,
Brandon,
Mom.
coming in hot with that first point. Andrew, you ready?
If it's easy as Brandon's, yes.
Well, I
you know
guess
what?
we'll just have to find
That
out.
was
shall we?
hard.
This one might be a little bit harder. I guess it just depends. The world's first woman prime minister was elected in what year? Is it A, 1950, B, 1960, C, 1970, or D, 1980?
Oh, come on.
I can tell you're not pleased with
Come
this
on,
question.
Marks.
Bro,
we
that's
all
an
know this
easy one.
We
bro.
all
Come
know
on,
this
Marks.
one.
We know this.
You do not.
We all know this.
Fifth
All right, why don't you
grade.
answer it
This
then?
is you. Get
Fifth
your-
grade. Well, this is not. We already. I had questions.
No, you don't know it.
All right, Andrew.
No. we
So
know
the
it.
50, 60, 70, or 80?
Yes.
This is fifth grade stuff.
First prime minister.
Lady Prime Minister.
First Lady Prime Minister.
Give me 70.
Is that
And
your final answer?
It is, but I have no idea.
Give me.
All right. Well, Mr. Marks, you are actually incorrect.
Wrong.
It was 1960.
Oh.
I was so close.
Srimavo
That was my
Bardhanike
guess.
of Sri Lanka, first woman prime
Yo,
minister.
Sri Lanka represent.
All right.
Shout out. Shout out.
Let's go ahead and keep this going. Andy,
That's me.
you ready?
Yes.
Sacagawea,
Ooh.
the Indian woman who helped guide Lewis and Clark on their 1804 journey of exploration, was a member of which tribe?
Oh man.
Ooh, let's see if you know this one. Your
Oh,
answer choices
dude.
are Shoshone, Cherokee, Cheyenne, or Apache. What tribe was Sacagawea a part of?
Cheyenne.
Final answer?
It's gonna have to be.
Well, I'm gonna have to give you another incorrect. Ooh, I'm sorry.
That was
You're
a
not off to a great
buzzer.
start, Andy Koke. Maybe he'll catch up in the next few questions. Brandon,
Go.
seems like you're in the lead
Wait,
so
what
far.
was it?
It was Shoshone. I'm sorry. I apologize. The correct
Shoshone.
answer was Shoshone.
It's not Cheyenne.
It's not Cheyenne.
You sure?
I'm positive.
Okay, can we just continue, please?
Let's continue, shall we? All right, Brandon. The first American woman to win the Wimbledon was who?
Ooh.
A. Serena Williams. B. Venus Williams. C. Maria Sharapova. Or D. Mae Sutton.
Oh.
This is so easy.
Isn't it just wait? I want to say Serena. Is it not Serena?
I can't tell you whether or not you're right until
Give me
you give me your
Serena.
final answer.
Give me Serena.
You're incorrect, sir. It is
the
not
last one?
Serena.
Is
It is Mae
Sutton?
Sutton.
I knew
Yeah.
it.
Alright, he listed that was such a layup for you. He listed 3 modern day
And
tennis
that's
players.
that's what I was
And
thinking,
the-
and then I was like, is this a trick? Because there's 3 compared to
Apparently,
one.
it was a
No
trick.
tricks here. I'm as straightforward as they come, gentlemen.
Alright.
All right, Andrew. Let's see if you can tie this bad boy up, shall
Seems
we?
like a trick.
How much do you know about Shania Twain?
Very little.
All right.
from Canada.
Well, Shania Twain's song "Man, I Feel Like a Woman"
Great
has
song.
what
That's Andrew's favorite
as
song.
the last word? Is it A, woman, B, man, C, lady, or D, feel? Last lyric of the
The
song.
last lyric of the song.
Chicken.
Woman.
Are you positive in your answer?
That's-
I'm not, but like I'm pretty sure. I'm trying to think of this because I listened to it like last week actually, so it was on the radio.
Yeah,
but,
me too.
Yeah, I'm gonna say woman.
All right, Andrew Marks, you are correct.
Yeah,
All right.
it ends with that one last man.
We
I
got
feel like
ourselves a
woman.
tie ball game, gentlemen. Andy, you still have time to catch up.
Don't
Okay,
got nothing.
hold on. Mine had to do with Greek mythology and Native American tribes.
There's no room for complaining here on the International Women's Day quiz.
That's facts.
Belated International Women's Day quiz. Are
I
you ready for
didn't
your
know
next
Hercules was a woman, but okay, whatever.
question? All right, you sound salty. So let's go ahead and continue, shall we? What was the name of the Dustin Hoffman movie where he played an actor who pretends to be a woman?
Oh, okay.
Oh, you got this one.
Is
This
it
good?
A, Pretty Woman, B, Kinky Boots, C, Tootsie, or
Kinky
D,
Boots.
Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh, you got
Dustin
that. No problem.
Hoffman in
Wait.
drag.
Yes.
What movie was it that he did that?
That he did that. Was it? Kinky
I need
Boots?
an answer, Andy Koke.
Oh,
Just say it. Just go with your heart. And
yo, I think it's Kinky Boots.
Is that your final answer, Andy
Yes.
Koke? You are incorrect. The right answer was Tootsie.
I've never seen
Tootsie.
that.
It's a good movie. It's pretty funny. You should check it out. Moving on, shall we? Brandon, see if you can take over the lead here. How are you feeling?
not too positive, but just positive enough to win.
All right. I like the spirit there. Next question. Who was the first woman in Italy to be awarded a degree in
Okay.
medicine?
Thought you were about to say like who's the first woman in Italy?
Is it Maria Montessori, Maria O'Hara, Cindy Margolis, or Madeleine Albright? Who was?
I thought you were about to like name a third Maria, like they're
Can
all
I
named
get
Maria.
Maria.
Can I get the first and third answer, please?
Maria Montessori. I'm probably butchering this, and Cindy Margolis.
Cindy doesn't sound like an Italian name.
You know
Well,
what?
that's-
I'm gonna say.
That's assuming, Koke.
You know what? I'm gonna say homegirl Maria Montessori.
Is that your final answer?
That's the only answer I can come up with.
Well, you are correct. All right, Brandon Medina.
Those is Italian
I'm
history.
so bad at this game.
All right.
Bro, I
Well,
love women. That's why.
Andrew, let's see if you can tie this one up.
all right.
Your question. What woman achieved the highest altitude for a woman astronaut in 1993?
Easy,
Who got
Andrew.
the highest?
Is it A, Amelia Earhart, B, Catherine
Why
Thornton,
did you even put that as an answer?
C, Shannon Lucid, or D, Bessie Coleman?
Name me the last three again.
Catherine Thornton, Shannon Lucid, or Bessie Coleman? Highest altitude for a woman astronaut in
woman
1993.
D. Coleman.
Is that your final answer?
I think so.
You are incorrect, Andrew. Ooh,
That's what I would have gone with too.
that's a shame.
Who was it?
It was Catherine Thornton.
Shot clock violation.
Shot clock violation.
Good for you, Kevin. I'm sorry I didn't.
Shout out to you, Catherine. All right, Koke. See if you could get a point on the board and tie these guys up.
This guy's trash.
All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
Lots riding on this. Golda Meir responded to a question about how it felt to be a woman minister was what? Quote, I don't know. I've never been a man minister. B, quote, it feels pretty good, to be honest. C, quote, you don't have to be a man to be a good minister. Or D, quote, it doesn't.
I think it's C.
Is that your final answer, Andy Koke?
I don't need no man.
Andy Koke.
And Andy Koke is once again incorrect.
Was it A? Was it A?
It
Mr.
was
I knew
incorrect.
that.
I knew
A.
it was A.
What was A again?
It was, I don't know. I've never been a man minister.
That just sounds like a sarcastic comment a minister would make. That's why.
It is. I dig it. So, Andy Koke struggling here, but gave it his best
I don't know.
nonetheless.
I've never played women's trivia.
I gave it the old college try.
Well, did we learn anything here today, gentlemen?
Yeah, I win these games all the time.
Yeah,
Okay,
'cause
well,
he
that's not quite
He gets
what I
questions
learned.
about Wonder Woman. Like, of course, it's going to be that answer.
Look, I just put them in a random formation. Let's not get
to be fair, you gave me a pretty
hostile.
easy one with the Shania Twain.
Exactly. So,
So-
you can't hold it all
Yeah, you
against
don't.
me.
I appreciate you, fam.
I mean, I didn't come up with questions. I'm just representing.
Andy over here, he's getting like stuff that wouldn't even be on Jeopardy. It's so hard.
I know. Andy just
What?
got dealt a bad hand. So, to you,
Duh,
I'm
bad
sorry.
hand like 4 times. How's that?
I didn't do
bro?
it purposely. I just put them in that order. So, maybe next time we'll switch up the order and maybe things will play out a little differently. I don't know.
Just keep the order because I've been winning.
Next
Okay.
International Women's Day, I will win.
The point, gentlemen, is that women are awesome. They're a huge part of society. They've done many great things, some of which we don't even know of. So,
Respect.
to all the listeners and viewers out there, call those special women in your life, whether it's your mother, your sister, significant others, and tell them how awesome they are on this belated International Women's
Especially
Day.
all of our mothers.
Yeah, so shout out to all the mothers here
Thanks,
from the
Mom.
Good Morning Texas Tech crew. You're the best. You make us what we are today, and we are very much grateful and appreciative of that. So, let's go ahead and go into another musical break, and then we'll be back talking a little bit of spring break stuff. So, coming up next is Can't Remember How It Feels by China. Don't go anywhere, folks. Goodfella Friday on the way.
That song is awesome.
Let's see if Andy
Live.
Koke will win one of these games someday.
I don't know. Maybe Intercontinental Women's Day, I will.
We'll change up the title just a little bit, maybe give Andy the...
I think there's a little bit of some games being played here on its own. I think you're kind of trying to mess with Andy.
Let's go ahead and check in with some of our Facebook viewers, shall we?
Carla Reyes Medina says, "Don't hate on my Brandon." I guess it was when you got that one about tennis incorrect. So
All
Or
right.
I think it's because you were like, you gave Brandon all the easy questions.
This Medina, I didn't do any of the questions.
I think it was about the tennis one,
I got
and
all
you
of
should
them
be
wrong.
ashamed because you're our sports guy.
I know,
so.
and I saw the last one, and I was
tennis
like,
is a
that sounds
sport.
different. But I was
That
like,
sounds
I was
different.
like, whatever.
There's a lot of tennis going on in this show. Didn't we have a song?
Yeah, it was kind of like
Yeah.
you know
I didn't
how
even
like
do that, Bert.
So
Ladies
much
don't play
tennis.
guitar.
check
by
this out
tennis.
on tests, on regular tests. Okay?
Regular tests.
If you were to see 3 similar answers and one different, aren't you like, that one different kind of is like?
Oh,
not
no,
good.
yeah, I totally-
So you pick like one of the similar.
I haven't
ones.
picked A in a while. I'm going to circle
Yeah, exactly.
A. Yeah,
That's what I
I
did.
totally get that. I get a little paranoid when it comes to test taking. So that's why I'm kind of more of a project, creative kind of guy.
Yeah, when I get out there in my career field and then start taking those real exams for my job, yeah. 'Cause
Yes.
Hopefully that's what... I'm really good at taking tests, so hopefully I get a career in taking tests.
Your mom goes, "That's my pumpkin." # Wonder Women.
Wonder Women.
It's Wonder Woman, mother.
Well, maybe she's like saying all of us are... Well, not us.
All of us are Wonder Woman.
I'm
Like-
just digging a hole.
like
I'm not
the,
even
the
gonna try to
Wonder.
complete
Yeah,
that
that's what I
thought.
thought too. I wasn't like saying that like she got that wrong. I think she
Yeah,
she
just
meant
generally
to put
speaking, like
women.
Wonder Women.
Yes, exactly.
So, yeah, just a little special game I
Why
put
don't you give
together
your mother
to
the benefit
celebrate.
of the doubt? What's the matter with you?
I'm just, she's
Right?
a
Don't be
huge,
disrespectful to your
she's
mother
a
on
huge,
this show.
a huge Wonder Woman fan. That's why I picked you. She's
Okay.
like all about it.
Yeah, she probably would have beat you up. Be like, "Don't you get this wrong, Brandon."
What's Abel's favorite superhero?
He's a big Batman fan.
Cool.
Oh, I
Spider-Man
love
all the way,
Batman.
but for me. So.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go ahead and throw it back over. Let us know your spring break plans, and we'll let you know our perfect ideal spring break plans. So more on that in just a bit. Don't go anywhere. Hello, and welcome back to the show. Good morning, Texas Tech. If you're just now joining us, this is going to be more of a relaxed segment. So I thought, instead of just talking about our spring break plans currently, like some boring old folks, I thought we'd make it a little more interesting and say, go around and kind of suggest what your perfect spring break would
Perfecto.
look like. So,
Perfecto.
Andy, if you had to create the perfect scenario
Okay.
for your ideal spring break,
He's like,
what would it
okay.
be?
Alright. I wanna...
You want to pick up the energy a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's spring break, man.
I would love to take a boat
Boat.
from either the top of the west or east coast to the bottom of the country. So either like
That
from
sounds
New
dangerous.
York to like Florida, or like from Seattle to San Francisco. That would
Okay.
be fun.
That would be pretty rad.
Obviously, I would own the boat if it's my own personal fantasy.
I would imagine so.
And none of you would be
What-
invited.
what would it be
if
called?
That's my personal fantasy.
Jenny?
Oh, my boat would be called?
Yeah.
Get off my boat.
No. There you go.
I like that. A boat called Get Off My Boat. Okay. Any crazy adventures along the way?
Yeah. Obviously, we run into pirates. We
Alcatraz.
get captives.
This escalated quickly.
Yeah, we become captive, and then the guy's like, "I'm the captain now." And then I saw that one movie with Tom Hanks in it, and like, I know what to do, but the U.S. authorities come before I even do anything, and then eventually I get my boat back.
Boom.
Riveting stuff.
It's
Brandon,
riveting stuff right
what's
there.
your perfect, ideal spring break?
Okay, well, I'm doing one of my dreams, obviously, covering South by this coming week, so I'm really excited for that.
Indeed.
But my perfect spring break would be the first 3 days, hang out with family, maybe go to the coast, hang
Fam.
out, do something,
Fam.
right? And then after, I would have one, like, a contest giveaway or something like that, okay? And so I get to, like, host a hip-hop music festival.
Okay.
And then along the way, me and Andrew catch a wrestling event.
Ooh.
And we're like, yo, this is cool. Let's go to this wrestling event. Then we meet John Cena. John Cena's super cool. Randy Orton's super cool. And they're like, yo, you want to go out for drinks? We go out for drinks with them. And then we meet Jay-Z and J. Cole and Kanye West. And then we have a conversation
That's all
about
you on
That
that.
seems more fantasy than anything.
This is my dream.
I mean, it is a
okay.
fantasy.
Jeez.
Okay.
Anyways, and
Mine
then
seems more
after
realistic.
after we all head out to Koke's boat and just trash it.
But you can't be on. Get on my boat.
Get off my
Get off my boat.
Okay, so you're gonna be partying it up with John Cena and the gang. So that's
Yeah,
a pretty
should be
rad
fun.
spring break.
Should
if
be
you
fun.
ask
He's
me.
gonna be partying up with former famous Marine, and his name is John
His
Cena.
And his name.
is John Cena.
And Marine 2, Mr. Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Always.
Interesting stuff. It got a little weird there towards the end, but I like
mine's
it.
pretty
What's yours?
easy.
What you
I just
got?
want to be like on a beach with not a lot of people. Like go, like
just me?
Like no. Like just with my friends. I'm not into like going to places like South Padre Island right now. There's just way too many people there. I would want like a private beach with just a couple of close ones. Lots of food, drinks, everything. Just having a good time with my family and friends. Just kind of get away from the stress of the real world for a little bit, and not have to deal with anyone. That's no really specific location, just somewhere with good weather and good water and good people.
Just drop him off on like a trash
peaceful.
beach.
Yeah, just peaceful.
Peaceful, relaxed spring break.
What about
I
yours,
like
Brian?
it.
What about yours?
Mine's kind of similar to Andrew's, actually. I would like to go to Puerto Rico. Just
To homeland?
Puerto
The
Rico is
homeland?
perfect
The
for
homeland.
this situation right here.
I would love to go back to Puerto Rico, hang out on the beaches, sipping on a coconut
Yes.
drink.
Eat
That would
some
be-
Caribbean jerk chicken.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Just chilling by the
You're
beach
getting
side,
Andrew excited. Look
Yeah.
at
listening and watching the waves crash against the shoreline.
Okay, stop. This isn't. Calm down.
Hey,
Relax.
this is my thing, all right? You don't have to bash
some
on
shrimp,
me,
some
man.
chicken, some steak, all of it.
Okay, so I'll meet up with you guys, and then it'd be awesome if we met.
We'll have like a shrimp cocktail thing going on. It'll be red.
and then we like run into like the San Antonio
Wait, real quick.
Spurs.
Yes.
Real quick. I want to know what DG's most special spring break
Oh, Deej.
Yeah, we gotta
fantasy.
We gotta
What's
hear the boss
DG's
man's
ideal
perfect.
spring break.
Let's get a mic on this guy.
Deej.
DG does not want to give his perfect spring break.
That seems like his most perfect spring break.
Well, as he makes his way into the studio, thank you all so much for listening. If you like what you saw here, you can check out previous episodes of GMTT on our Facebook page to catch more episodes on GMTT. Here is DG's.
What was the
perfect-
question?
What is your perfect or ideal spring break getaway?
Fantasy or not?
Maybe you've already done it. I don't know. You had a lot of spring breaks, Deej. You got to enjoy it.
Choose your
live
words
the
carefully,
fantasy.
What are
Medina.
you trying to say there?
My dreams are real.
Oh, whoa.
I go
It's in the
home.
dark night.
He goes home.
We feast all week.
We feast.
I
down for
sleep in.
feasting.
I don't worry about the radio station. I don't worry about the students. I turn my phone off.
Obviously, that's a fantasy.
I watch TV.
Mhm.
I did absolutely nothing, and it was everything I thought it would be.
Who is this
What
guy?
did you watch?
Well,
If you're allowed to say.
I watch reruns of classic 80s TV shows like Magnum P.I.,
Ooh, yeah.
The A-Team, Chips,
Chips.
And
I like it.
Cheers.
Cheers is good.
Cheers is great.
All of them.
those are great selections. Well, they're a little unorthodox,
Sometimes you
but I
wanna
can
go
dig it.
wherever
I
you
can
wanna
And
get
then
behind
Tamara
that.
my wife will probably come up to me. She's like, "Hey, you want to go to the movies tonight?" I'm like, "What's showing?" "Well, the new Star Wars movie's out. Where are we going to see it?" "Alamo Drafthouse." "I'm in."
Plug.
Yeah,
Plug.
tell 'em.
Plug.
What a plug.
What a plug
What a
indeed.
plug.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. We will not be back next week because of spring break, so for all you spring breakers, be safe out there, make good decisions, and we hope you have a wonderful, fun time, and it's going to be a much-needed spring break. Don't forget to catch Women Crush Wednesday, same time, and check out all the social medias at The Raider 881, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. As for us, we are out of here. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. And we'll see you guys in about 2 weeks. Keep it locked to the left.
Wreck 'em. Peace.
Well, all right. It's Undercurrents. I'm Greg McVicker.